All right, welcome everybody. Thank you all for your loyalty. I see we already have a full house. You found your way back to Spreecast. We had a very bad failed experience trying to take the show over embedded into my website. It was a disaster. And what many people don't know, because I have like the most awesome tech support awesome lady, right-hand person helping me run things, Lynn Coffrin, who's in the chat room. Give her a shout out. She actually, yeah, she's still recovering from that. She actually got the site back up and running before I even knew it had completely crashed. I mean, we're talking hard crash. So thank you, Lynn. You are phenomenal. And so here we are. We are back on Spreecast, and I'm working with the Spreecast team. If anyone has any issues with the show, anything that freezes up, goes on, whatever, please send your issues to support@spreecast.com and let them know. The more people they hear from with the problems, they can narrow down what's actually going on with it and get it fixed. I'm just one little voice that keeps nagging them about stuff. So if they hear it from you, we're more likely to get those things fixed up. All right, so we're back. We're staying here because all the other alternatives that are similar or would work, the way this does are hundreds of dollars a month. So here we are. We're the budget show. All right, without further ado, I would like to introduce someone that I think many of you know. Let's see. Mixergy calls him a power seller. American Express hawks him as their featured business person. Fox News called him the king of eBay. Wow, we have the king of eBay. Yay! Startup Nation says he's the savviest in social media, and Small Biz Trends named him a Small Biz Influencer of the Year. He is John Lawson, an award-winning social commerce strategist, spokesperson, author, commercial television personality, and a sought-after keynote speaker. And if you guys have never heard John speak, it's time you do. John is the founder of ColderIce Media, a consultant agency headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, and Third Power Outlet, a successful online multi-channel retailer wholesaler that has executed more than 350,000 online transactions, resulting in more than $25 million in online sales. Let's get John on the screen here so you can all say hi. Crossing fingers. There we go.
You know that was a drinking game. You know that was a drinking game.
Was that a drinking game? I'm so naive.
She said every line, guys. Yay, Danny.
Hey, you send me a good intro like that, I'm going to read it.
You did great. That was funny. I mean, it's true.
It is.
It was just fun.
What would I leave out?
I'm going to try to turn on this light here. Ooh, that makes it better.
Now you have a shine.
I know. I got the shiny dome. I got a little George Jefferson going on.
Oh, look. He ditched the red. He ditched the red.
No, I did. It was a jacket. And it got warm.
So I'm going to try to keep tabs over here on the chat room. I'm sure they're going to be throwing you some comments and things as we go through. So what I brought John on to talk about, you guys, is recently I met up with John over here at the Catalyst convention that was in town. And we went to, I think we only were in one of the seminars together. So I wanted to get your take on what you took away from there and what's exciting for you with what's going on in the online selling world.
Yeah, I mean, Catalyst was fantastic. It was 2 full days of really good networking and content, and the keynotes were awesome. So I was very impressed. I was very impressed with the entire show and a lot of the takeaways. I mean, I think all of the major keynotes really nailed their portion of it, and I walked away with a lot of information and insight. So that's important.
Yeah, I was only there for one day. That's all I could be there with my work schedule, and it was really cool. You know, it's a different caliber of sellers there, so they really are in high gear in their online selling worlds. And I'd like to know specifically, were you at Devin Wenning and Scott Wingo's interview together there at Tuesday?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, that was
What?
fantastic.
Yeah, what's your takeaway of where eBay's heading and all they talked about there?
You know, here's the thing. I have been going to Catalyst since before it was called Catalyst. All right. So I've been going to this and watched I think it probably was like maybe 200, 300 people when I first went. And every year we've heard eBay speakers. And I will have to say, this might be the best eBay speaker I've ever heard at any of the Catalysts because he came with a very fresh approach. He came with a very direct approach, and he seemed very clear about where they are and where they wanted to go. And so I thought that was a really good takeaway. And the first thing that man came out of his mouth, I quote you these words, he said, eBay is a technology company. I haven't heard that in at least since 2004. You know, I mean, it's just like they almost had forgotten that they were a technology company. As long as eBay innovates, we all can be successful. It's when eBay stops innovating that we get stagnant. So that's important. And I really took that. If there was one key thing I took away personally from it, it was one of the first things he said. But he said a whole lot of other great things too. And I was very encouraged, very encouraged.
Yeah, it's funny. That's the exact word that I like. I mean, the first year they brought in Devin, I met him at an eBay on location and got to talk to him a little bit. I was really encouraged from then because he seems like he really understands where eBay needs to go, and he acknowledges that there's issues. I actually got to speak to him one on one about a couple things, and he doesn't try to just sugarcoat it and brush it aside and put on the public talk. He really speaks from the heart, and that acknowledging where things need to be fixed and things that need to be due, that to me is definitely
But see, here's
something that.
and I agree, but I've never met an eBay person I didn't like. And I mean that. I mean,
That's true.
you'll go back and talk behind the scenes with somebody, have a drink at the bar, love you, what, right? But then when the actual rules and regulations come out, it's like, well, we just talked about that at the bar, right? Did we?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like they're all in a great. But what I'm saying too, I came away with is not only what I think everything was whole. The messaging worked with the personality, and that really made for a good presentation. A lot of the messaging coming out of eBay, I've liked, and we'll see. I mean, I think the numbers already speak for themselves. They've had a great fourth quarter. They had a really good first quarter. So, I think they're on the right path. And, so some of the things he said, because I got this right here. He said one thing that was kind of cool. He said, look, the world is not going to be about eBay or Amazon. It's not about that. He said it's basically there's enough room for both of us,
Yeah.
And I really thought that was very, very important. Very important. People have to feel that way. Understand, this is a whole new landscape. We're still a small portion, guys, of actual commerce that's done worldwide. E-commerce is still less than 15%. So what does that mean? That means there's so much room for growth. And we're over here talking about, oh, my side's bigger than, no, man, you better get your money. Get your money. The stock market's at 15,000. Do you remember the world was falling apart just like 2 days ago? I mean, you better get your money. You better get your heads out of the ground and get your feet moving. It's money time, people. I don't know what you're talking about, but you better be chatting about some money in these chat rooms right now. Okay, I'm done. So anyway,
See why I love John?
I'm having a
See, you
good time.
guys, you got to come see John at one of these events he's speaking at because I'm telling you, he's a kick you in the butt, get you motivated kind of guy. I mean,
I'm so. Are you
yeah,
motivated, Danny?
I am.
I know. It's just, man, come on. I'm loving it, man. I didn't have, there's been some tough times.
Yeah, but
Shoot.
there's so much
Those
opportunity, like you
2000
said.
bands.
We're still ground floor, and I hear a lot of moaning and groaning. Sales are down, this and that. You guys in the chat, if you're not an appster, pay attention to what the appsters are saying, because they're not out there doing that because they are shaking and moving and finding the things that they need to do to make their businesses better. Because there's so many things you can do, but most sellers are not doing them.
You know, and the thing is, guys, what I'm loving, what I love, always have loved is that, small sellers are so nimble. We're nimble. So we can move and shake and move. And I'm telling you, this thing right here is changing the world. Everything you thought you knew, if you don't understand this, you are becoming completely ignorant.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. You can
it's
talk
true.
about it all you want. This, a supercomputer in your pocket, hello, this is how everything is going to be transacted. We got to get prepared for the mobile commerce. Get prepared. Get prepared. And the cool thing is that channels like eBay, Amazon, they make you automatically show up on these devices. So you got to
Yeah.
start optimizing for this. That was the one takeaway through the entire conference. The entire conference. Every person, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Scott Wingo, when they got up on stage, all of them were totally floored by how fast mobile is moving. And
Yep.
if mobile's moving fast and you're standing still, you don't have to be moving backwards. If you're just standing still, guess what? The balloon's about to take off. You have got to get on board. I'm just telling you. So think about these kind of things. How do I appear to a customer on a mobile application? That's all I'm telling. I don't care. I really believe that this thing is so universal that whatever it is that you sell, it will actually have an impact on it. Am I crazy?
Well, we know you're crazy,
Danny, am I
but
crazy?
but you're right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I knew I was crazy. I knew something wrong. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be talking about something. I don't even remember what.
Oh, it's all good. This is good stuff. I totally with you on it, and totally with you in that we've got so much. I think that's what we took away from that conference was that it's exciting, the growth and the future and the potential that it's like, you know, we're still like tip of the iceberg with stuff, which is really cool. So, John, you're going to be out here next month again. What you talking
Yes.
about at the eBay radio party?
Oh my gosh, man. And it's so sad because they already sold out.
I know.
They sold out. Oh my God. Yay. So eBay radio, but I'm talking about mobile. I mean mobile. I'm in mobile mode. I'm talking about e-commerce, past, present, and future, because really I've been kind of doing this and speaking for a few years now, and I'm going to take it back to like looking at my first speech about what I thought would happen versus what has actually happened, and that's going to be fun. And then we're going to move forward into trying to understand what's going forward in e-commerce when we talk about things like mobile. How is that going to actually really impact us 5, 10 years down the road, and how to get prepared? Because time moves kind of fast these days. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah, it does.
that's what we'll be speaking about there. So that'll be
Awesome.
fun. Yay.
So if anybody can't get out to Vegas for the eBay radio party, where can they see you after that?
I
You got a little
don't know.
event that's going to go on in
Let's just
Atlanta.
jump to October or September. It's like, come hang out with us at Ice Retailer
That's the one.
coming up in September. And that's probably the best thing. I'll
Yeah,
do a lot of travel between then and now, but hey.
so tell us a little bit about
Um,
Ice Retailer. That's your conference that you put on, and
that's my conference. Myself, my friend Brandon Dubsky, we put together a conference. I really like it, and we're doing this once again. And we've got look, man, it's really it's. I mean, I've really had an opportunity to travel a lot and make a lot of friends. I really that's really all it's about, making friends, right? We say people like doing business with people that they like, that kind of thing. So while you're doing business, you learn to like a lot of people, and I got like 25 speakers now that are some of the best people that I've met around this country, and they're coming in. I got people like Danni, yourself, she's coming in. Jay Berkowitz of 10 Golden Rules, he'll be there. Allah from iNet Video. iNet Video's coming and speaking. They're top 200 internet retailer. Top 200, right? I mean, dang, and he's coming and he's going to hang out with us, right? Sam is coming from the head of e-commerce marketing at HubSpot. Will be actually talking enough. You don't know about HubSpot, you should keep it out. And then they're going to be talking to us about how to use that kind of marketing. Makes sense. It's very, very make sense marketing, inbound marketing, and how to use that for your business. So people like that, like I said, I got about 25 of them. And no, they're not all talking on stage. Guess what they're all doing? They're sitting at round tables teaching us about our business. Something completely new. So
love it.
we did this last year. It was the best thing. You have to, when you go to these kind of conferences, yes, the keynotes are great. The lights are flashing, but it really is about the people you talk to on the convention floor. When you get together and just talk to people, you meet some great people and you learn from each other. We always learn from each other. And that's why you're doing that in the chat rooms now. You learn from each other. So it's the networking that is the most important part. So I brought in some really, really cool friends are coming in to help me out, to help you out. And they're going to sit down and just really work on your business, answer your questions in a very unique conference fashion. There's nothing like it. And guess what? If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back, because I don't want you here if you don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear you.
I'm serious about that. So it's really, really something that I believe will take your business from where it is to where you want it to be. That's what it's all about. If you only go one place, come see me in Atlanta. All
I'll
right,
be
there's
there.
my sales pitch.
No, not a sales pitch. I
Ta-da.
think it's going to be a fantastic event. I can't wait. I've never been to Atlanta, so it's going to be fun. So, John, thank you
Yeah, we're
so
gonna have a
much
party
for
too. We're gonna look. If you come, make sure you come for the party the night before. Don't just come for the party the night before. Friday night on the 24th. Don't miss that. I'm just telling you. I
won't
got
miss
something
it.
for you.
Won't miss it. Hey, thanks so much for being with us, John. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks,
We'll, we'll,
guys. I appreciate it so much.
we'll have you on again sometime.
Peace.
All right. That was very cool. And you guys, we have a brand new sponsor for the Danni app. You can see my fashionable green I'm wearing tonight. We've got Cabbage.com. I have a long history with Cabbage, well, as long as they've been around. I was one of their first advances. I've worked with them from the beginning. Fantastic people there. I'm so thrilled that they've come on board with the Danni app. Actually, they never were not going to. They've just gotten so busy it kind of got put off. But here they are. They're here. The really cool thing is, even if you are not in the market to get any financing or take an advance right now, you can go and sign up, see what kind of a credit line you can get with them, and there's no obligation, there's no cost to do that, but it's really, really nice if you have that little safety cushion there if you run into some big opportunity and need a little bit of liquid cash. That's what they're good for. It shows up in your PayPal in about 10 minutes or less. I've used them several times. And I just love them. I am not an affiliate. That link, even though it says Danni 2013 at the end, all that does is if you use that link, it lets them know that you found your way to them from me. So I don't get anything out of that. I just absolutely 100% believe in what they do. I think they are awesome. So check them out. Check them out. All right.